We're following breaking news this morning. We're learning of a pretty sketchy situation where someone fired shots into a home and then set it on fire. Happening today, time is ticking for a local school district. The state could dissolve Buena Vista schools if officials do not come up with an acceptable financial plan.
We understand there were 4 people inside that home when someone came by and sprayed more than a dozen shots inside, killing an 11-year-old boy.
See there?
You got it.
Live on TV. I messed up. This is love. It's love overflow.
The doors have been locked for about a week now, but how did the district get here? It turns out they continued to receive state funds for months for a program that was no longer in operation. Breaking news out of the city of Saginaw, where a Stars city bus has crashed into 2 homes near a very busy intersection. You're looking at photos from the scene right there. You saw that blue van flipped over on its side. Feet have a smell. It smells like feet in here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like that tart little thing going on.
Well, new technology, hopefully that'll help some folks out.
Yeah, get those feet smelling fresh.
Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNAM TV5 News at noon.
We begin this noon with a desperate plea to save our streets. At least 7 people have been killed in the city of Flint in the last week alone. It's the main topic of social media by people who live there who say they're fed up. Let's take a look at the timeline. A shooting beginning on June 30th on Brandon Street near 9th Avenue left 2 people dead. When officers arrived, they found the bodies of Kareem Walters and Alexis Frazier. On July 15th, 3 people were found dead inside of an apartment on Hammerberg Road near Atherton Road. One of the victims was 9-year-old Trayshawn Macklin. A day later, Trayante Jones was shot to death in an apartment complex off Father Duquette Boulevard near Saginaw Street. Friday night, a shooting on East Patterson Street on the city's north side left another man dead. Believe it or not, it did not stop there. The latest homicide in Flint happened on Saturday. Police found the bodies of 12-year-old Cherish Hill Renfro and her 42-year-old mother in the East Atherton apartments on the city's south side. So police are investigating a slew of incidents, including the deaths of 2 children in that timeline I just laid out. Many locals wonder, how can we save our streets? TV5's Brian Wood is standing live in Flint right now talking about the issue. Brian, it seems as though a lot of people are just starting to lose hope.
Yeah, because the numbers just keep adding up.
And again, the city of Flint has seen 36 homicides this year. So we ask you, what do you think should be done to reduce crime in mid-Michigan? You can post your answers on our Facebook page. And starting tonight at 5, we'll continue our team coverage of saving our streets and also read some of your fast feedback. 4 men are facing numerous felony charges after they were accused of sexually assaulting 3 women. Just before 5:30 Sunday morning, police responded to West Russell Avenue near Martin Luther King Avenue in Flint. 2 victims, both 17-year-old females, were found sexually assaulted in a parked vehicle in a driveway. Police later discovered another 20-year-old victim in the basement of the home. The women were treated at Hurley Medical Center. The case is being investigated by Michigan State Police and also the Flint Police Department. The suspects' names have not been released. And in Saginaw County, police are investigating an overnight shooting. Police say 1 person was shot at the crossings at Buena Vista Township. They were called to the apartment complex around 2:30 this morning on Hess Avenue near Dixie Highway. They say a man was injured and is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No suspects were arrested. Happening today, time is ticking for a local school district. The state could dissolve Buena Vista schools if officials do not come up with an acceptable financial plan. TV5's Liz Gilardi live and local in Buena Vista Township with more on what's ahead today. Clock is ticking, Liz. All right, thank you so much, Liz. Again, that deadline is 5 p.m. And stay with TV5 News. Starting tonight at 5, we will bring you many more updates as Liz stays on this developing story today. Well, let's slow things down a little bit and, get you with a live look outside, a picture perfect day. Temperatures are really nice, cooling down out there. That humidity got out of here. Just a great start to the work week. Meteorologist Lauren Fahrenkrug is in for Catherine today. She has a closer look at your forecast. Hi, Lauren. Across Michigan today, Governor Rick Snyder says the decision to set in motion bankruptcy for Detroit was a tough one, but the right one. In a statement yesterday, he said that the citizens, quote, deserve better than they're getting today, unquote. Meanwhile, U.S. Representative John Kyers of Michigan is calling for congressional hearings on Detroit's bankruptcy. The Detroit Democrat says Chapter 9 bankruptcies by local governments are on the rise, and Congress should explore a number of troubling ramifications. A new proposal in Lansing would use tax incentives to prompt construction of a new oil processing facility in Michigan as part of an effort to keep gas prices in check. The Detroit News reports legislation proposed last week by Republican State Senator Rick Jones aims to attract a new, relatively small refinery to the state. The proposal would use a 10-year property tax and business tax abatement. Some oil industry representatives, however, say there is no need for an additional refinery in Michigan. A brand new week means it's time for a new Top 5 on 5 contest. Help us out this week. We want to know where to find the best pancakes in the Tri-Cities and Genesee County. You can post your nominations to our Facebook page. And it's still lights out for thousands of people in mid-Michigan after storms knocked down power lines over the weekend. Find out when crews expect to get those customers back online.
Somebody need to help our kids for 30 days.
An emotional plea.
That's all we asking for 30 days.
Parents and students erupted with anger after learning the Buena Vista School District was forced to shut down after running out of money.
As a result of a lack of vision and leadership on the part of the school district, our students and staff are in this crisis.
But the students are caught in the middle. With just 30 days left in the school year, hope is fading as many of them pulled up to an empty parking lot and a dark building.
We have overcome many challenges, just had the thought of graduation at the end, and now it went crashing.
The doors have been locked for about a week now, but how did the district get here? It turns out they continued to receive state funds for months for a program that was no longer in operation. So to address that money snafu, all attention turned here to central office, and the superintendent was in the hot seat.
There's been a monkey wrench thrown in my plan, but I didn't put the monkey wrench there.
That response wasn't good enough for parents.
Everybody in the district right now should take a pay cut, showing that everybody is taking a loss.
The staff volunteered to work for free, but that idea was shot down.
We care. We cried tears today. We thought about every kid in this district that asked us, were we going to be there? We made promises.
Promises the community hope will come to pass soon. In Buena Vista Township, Aisha Howard, WNEM TV 5. Good morning, Craig. We understand there were 4 people inside that home when someone came by and sprayed more than a dozen shots inside, killing an 11-year-old boy. He suffered a gunshot wound to the torso. He was taken to the hospital where we understand he died a couple of hours later. Also injured inside that home, a 66-year-old man was shot in the shoulder. We're told he is expected to survive. There is no word at this hour on what exactly led to that early morning violence. We're showing you new video here overnight as those crime scene investigators combed over the scene with flashlights, looking at all those shell casings that were just surrounding the home and also inside of the home. We're told inside that home was completely ripped apart by that gunfire. Now, there is no word that this was the act of a random drive-by shooting or if someone inside that home was indeed an intended target. So at this hour, we're waiting to talk to investigators a little bit later on. This is fresh video from just about 20 minutes ago once the sun came up, where we spotted about 14 bullet holes inside of that home. And look at that. My photographer got really close up just to show you the devastation those 4 people inside endured when someone came by and opened fire. The very latest right now is that 66-year-old man is expected to survive. That 11-year-old unfortunately did not survive his injuries. Very heartbreaking story this morning. This is the second time this week alone, Craig, we're talking about a child being caught up in the middle of gun violence here in the city of Saginaw. Earlier this week, you all may remember that 4-year-old girl was shot during a shootout. Fortunately, she survived. Definitely a very tragic ending to this story here on Whittier on Saginaw's east side this morning. We're going to continue to follow up with investigators and see if they can release some more details about what they know, and we'll be sure to pass that along starting on TV5 News at noon. For now, we are live and local in Saginaw on the city's east side. Aisha Howard, WNEM TV 5.